ESPN experts put together their list of the top 100 players for the upcoming season, led by, of course, Patrick Mahomes, followed by Lamar Jackson, Justin Jefferson, Myles Garrett, and Josh Allen. All right, Shannon, let's go to you on this one. Do you agree with Lamar being the number 2 player on this list?
No way.
I'm surprised. I agree with it. I think his ability to throw the football, his ability to run, his ability to impact the ball game. Obviously, we know number 1 was going to be Patrick Mahomes. And considering the players had Lamar number 2 behind Tyreek Hill. Now, I am surprised Justin Jefferson is that high over Tyreek, considering the players. And even the quarterbacks. I'm surprised Josh Allen isn't higher up on that board, considering his ability to run and throw the football. But I have no problem with Lamar Jackson being the second, ESPN saying he's the second best player in the NFL.
Neither do I. Neither do I. I agree with you. I was wondering whether or not you was going to say Josh Allen. Question whether or not Josh Allen belongs in the top 5, because I certainly believe he belongs in the top 5. And you just answered that question.
For sure.
Oh, you just answered that question. What about Joe Burrow?
I am surprised that they didn't have Joe Burrow higher, because this is what we look. What we know about Joe is that when he's healthy, he normally gets his team to the Super Bowl or at least the AFC Championship game. The problem is his ability to stay healthy consistently over the course of a season. And so this is what they expect over the course of the season. Now, normally he'll be healthy, miss, be healthy. So this season, I'm expecting Joe Burrow to be healthy. Had a conversation with him about a couple of months ago. He looked really, really good rehabbing that wrist surgery that he had. So I expect big things out of him. But Lamar Jackson being number 2, given his ability, Stephen A, to throw the football, given his impact and his ability to run, yeah, I don't have a problem with this.
Well, Shannon.
Yeah, but Lamar Jackson also struggles to stay healthy. So if you're going to put health in the category, and to use that to bring down Burrow, then you have to do the same thing to bring down Lamar. I made a very quick list. Don't hold my feet to the fire on this one, because I just saw that this was a list, and I realized, I was like, oh, you know what? Let me go write the list real fast, write down. I wrote it on an envelope for an old tax envelope. So that's how, haphazard this just was. But my list is Mahomes, Allen, and then it's between Christian McCaffrey, and Burrow. Not sure. I keep kind of switching them back and forth. And Lamar Jackson. I got Lamar as 5. Mahomes is up there. We don't even need to talk about it, right? Obviously, he can do it. The way I look at it is, the way how I'm picking this is, what player has the greatest impact on winning? Who can really absolutely be a game breaker? Who can put them on their back and lead this team to victory? That's obviously Patrick Mahomes. It's obviously Josh Allen. Having Josh Allen anything short of 2 is insane. The Buffalo Bills asked Josh Allen to do every single thing. He has to be their leading rusher. He has to throw the ball more than Patrick Mahomes. The guy has to do everything. It's absolutely absurd to put him anything less. Anyone who thinks that you wouldn't take Allen at least 2, I don't know what to tell you. Christian McCaffrey, obviously an absolute workhorse. You have him in the game. You have him on your team. Your team is in a position to win. That's undeniable. That is clearly who he has been. Joe Burrow is tough because I do concede that with the injury. Like, it is hard because I'm just like, we haven't seen Joe Burrow to be able to really step up, at least very recently, right? And you have the recency bias, and it's like, you start to forget what Joe Burrow can do on the field. But when he is healthy, he is just virtually unstoppable. He is an absolute beast, and you are going to be way better. You're going to want him on your team than virtually anyone else. And then I put Lamar at 5, but it is hard. It's hard to get Lamar's game out of your mind against the Chiefs. That's why I have him at 5 more than anything. Not because I don't think he's dynamic, not because I don't think he's special, but he can't overcome either bad coaching, bad gameplay, bad game planning, or the game plan that you had, and then now you have to adjust and change it up. He looked lost against the Kansas City Chiefs. He just did. He did not put his team in a position to win that game. And I'm on the record saying very loudly that I blame the coaching staff way more than I blame Lamar. But with that said, Lamar still couldn't find a way to get through it. He doesn't have to win that game. I understand him still losing that game, but he still did not do enough to kind of take matters in his own hand. Now, I rip the Buffalo Bills coaching staff as well and what they've done for Josh Allen. But Josh Allen still at least finds a way to at least give the Bills a chance, and he has to do everything. And when he played against the Chiefs, he threw more times than Patrick Mahomes. He's had more completions than Patrick Mahomes had attempts, and he was the leading rusher. And he threw 2 or 3 perfect balls that were like 60 yards down the field perfectly, that just smacked his receivers' hands, and they dropped it. That was not on him. So he did everything to put that team in a position to succeed. Lamar Jackson did not. And again, Lamar Jackson's team also failed him to a degree with some of the penalties that they had, the fumbles. So again, this isn't me trying to just pull down Lamar. But if you just said you had to pick right now, you had to pick a player right now, who do you think gives you the best chance to win? It's going to be Josh Allen. Josh Allen seems to maybe either understand the game a little bit better or just has shown to be a little bit more resilient in tougher situations. So I'm just going to lean on Allen for that. But again, I still don't have any problem putting Lamar Jackson top 5, but having Lamar Jackson 2. If we were saying, hey, we got to pick a player right now who gives us the best chance to win, I just don't think you're going to say Lamar is 2. I think we get lost in all of the amazing things that he can do. And I get it, and especially during the regular season. But we're talking about playoffs. We're talking about now when you're going up against the best coaches, the best defenses. And Lamar Jackson was gotten, he just was. And even that first playoff game against CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans, like that first half was not great. That game absolutely could have gone either way. They did pull away. They did prove to be the better team. Lamar Jackson did prove to be the better quarterback. But that could have gone, there was a moment in that game when it could have gone differently. And once the ball kind of falls the other way in football, it can really be a domino effect. It's a fine line between winning by 1 and losing by, 21. It's just, football's very crazy like that. It's a very house of cards. So you can't always just look at the box score, just look at the final score and say, oh yeah, they beat them good. Oh, clearly they were outmatched. That's not how football works. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what Lamar Jackson can do this season, who he can become this season. Because I still think, I understand he's a 2-time MVP, but he still has more to prove, quite frankly. I don't understand why they're I understand Jefferson is a great wide receiver. And Myles Garrett, great on defense, but come on, you're gonna say we need to win a game and we need a player. Who's it gonna be? Myles Garrett or Josh Allen? Justin Jefferson or Josh Allen? Get out of here. Who do you need? You need a workhorse to win some playoff games. Who is it going to be? Christian McCaffrey or Myles Garrett? Christian McCaffrey or Justin Jefferson? Doesn't make any sense. And it's not to say that those players aren't unbelievable. It's not to say that those players don't contribute to winning. But I'm trying to think what player can do the most with the least. Justin Jefferson will only be so good if Daniel Jones is thrown to him. Myles Garrett will only win so many games if, Baker Mayfield is his quarterback. Christian McCaffrey can really overcome the deficits, right? Josh Allen can really overcome the deficits. I don't see Myles Garrett and Justin Jefferson being able to necessarily do that. And what's my proof of that? We've seen it. We've seen what their career has looked like over the years, and they don't have that ability. Whether you want to say it's because of the position, probably more so than not, and that's just the way it goes. And a running back, like someone like a Christian McCaffrey, has the ability to just really carry a team way more than a Myles Garrett or a Justin Jefferson. And again, to think that those two position players have more of an impact on a game than Josh Allen, that's blasphemy. That is insanity from my viewpoint. But those are just my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about ESPN's top 5, my top 5, and what are your top 5? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here. We are so close to 15,000 subscribers. I'm trying my best to get to 15,000 before the kickoff for the NFL. Don't know if we'll reach that goal, but let's see if we can. I'd be incredibly grateful if we can. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.